Patron, take them away.
And a warm welcome to one and all. This is your first time here. I'm the big fella Scruff, with an over-obsession of coffee and a love of the charts. And it's that love of the charts that keeps me coming back day in, day out. I genuinely love my job. I can sit here all day and I'm never bored. I know they say that when trading's boring, you've cracked it. I kind of disagree. I love my job, so it's never boring for me. I can spend hours lost in the charts. But I know the difference between over trading and trading for a purpose. When I'm spending hours in the charts, I'm normally just revisiting what I've done, reading journals, and fine-tuning everything. And because of that, you become reasonably good at it. You know, why? Because you see it thousands of times. You can recognize conditions. And sometimes I think that gets lost in translation, because this industry is sold on the fast money, the big money, and ease. Well, first of all, it takes money to make money. So if you think you're going to turn a little amount of money into a massive amount very quickly, think again. And to say it's easy, well, right, that's a controversial thing, because it is actually easy if you know what you're looking for. The question is, do you know what you're looking for? There's so much dross out there, it's unbelievable. However, if you think about this logically, the charts can do three things: up, down, nowhere. And the only difference between time frames, so Asian session, London session, New York session, is speed of movement. That's it, because they're still going to go up and down. And people can argue with me as much as they like, but I've done this over 15 years and I show it day in, day out, and I've shown my statements. I'd like to think I know what I'm talking about, all right? And because of that, I moderate a small group, and in that small group, I like to help, and I'm going to give a little shout out to Steph, because that's why I'm sitting here at 5 to 11 at night. After I did a night shift last night for the guys doing the Asian session, I got up again early morning to do the Zoom calls with them, and now I'm going to come back to market to help. Why? Because I'm going to have tomorrow off. And I thought I'll just do it now. Why not? And why am I having tomorrow off? Well, it's an on-farm payroll, and I've made a colossal amount today. I don't even need to work next week if I don't want to. And before anybody jumps on about, well, you just said you can't make big money, I've done this over 15 years, and it's been my full-time job for a very long time. And it took me years to build up my account. Now, what might be big to you is not big to the big boys. Pays me enough that I can have a half decent life. So let's flick it over and we'll have a look. So just so you can kind of see, that is today. That's what I've done today. So I've done pretty well. We don't have anything running, no orders in place, and back to the clock. Now, when I was talking about the guys, what I'm talking about is this lot here. This is the Discord that we run. We've hit a great milestone, actually. And if you do like the content, do subscribe and comment, because I answer every single one, and smash the like, share it to your friends, because it'd be lovely to get that number up. But in here, the guys, they chat. They share their rags and riches, when they've done well, when they've done bad. We lift each other up. They are smashing it, all of them. We have morning calls where we speak face to face, which is here. So we all log on, we chat, go through the issues of the day. and there's loads of videos here. I've made a 43 module course that'll be getting added to as we go on, but it's now complete. But I like to put examples in and then different concepts as they come forward, but that's all there for them. There's various interviews that I've done because I do get asked about. It's a good community, good bunch of guys. I've got all the time in the world for them. So Steph, when I get down to Manchester, the B is on you, son. Genuinely is. Anyway, what are we doing? Well, I want to strip this back to bare basics and trade a simple asset, which is going to be the USJPY, because it's reasonably active this time of night. It's still got some movement within it. And we're going to strip it back. And then I'm going to show you how to get a little bit of money out of it. All right. First thing you ever do is put your levels in. All right. Now your levels, however you want to put them in, they want to be key swing points. That's exactly what these are. Every single one of them is a defined swing point. Okay. And what I'm looking for is an arena between two solid points. That red one, that black one. That's where the price is now. Now running through the middle of it are hypothetical swing points or hypothetical touch points. That's what these are. This is where the chart is most likely to bounce. These ones they already have. Okay, so that's the first thing that I'll be doing with the chart. Then I want to start seeing what I'm up against. Well, we've got a colossal drive up. Check one. All right. Is bias overly important? No, it's not. And again, that's controversial because everyone says, oh no, you've got to have the right bias and everything. It doesn't. What you've got to have is the right conviction. Two different things. You can be convicted just to the long side. Well, this is a 4-hour chart. There's his longs. But if you were convicted to the short side, there's your shorts. The difference between them is you had to wait. This one would have been first, that one would have been second. In this case, if you were stepping back, the shorts would have been first. Then that would have been second. The market will move both directions for 10, 20 pips every day. So your bias is not as important as you think it is. But your conviction is. If you chopping and changing from one to the other, then it becomes a problem unless you really know what you're doing. Okay? So, what else have we got here? Well, we know that was pushing heavily to the upside. And this is also looking to be up. How do we know? Well, I could just put a basic trend line on the thing, to be honest. Do I like trend lines? No, not really. But if you went like that, well, that's kind of up and it's pushed down to the trend line. But what we really want to be doing is drilling into this. Now, there's a colossal drop here. And it seems to be stalling in and around this level. But what I'm paying attention to is these tails. It's a strong drive up. It's come down. And then it seems to be failing for whatever reason at this point. So is there anything we can use that can test to see if it is failing? Well, there is. You put a fib on. All right. Now, a lot of people start talking about order blocks off candles and drawing bits and pieces in. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. However, a fib will define it because it's a clear ratio. There it is there. Showing you straight away. That level is holding, which is a ratio of the move. So all you needed was the fib. Okay. Let's drop it down into an anchor chart so I can see what's going on. Well, there's that drive defined a little bit further. This section is contained in it and it's flattening out. So we've got a drive here and we've got some form of consolidation, which is here. So let me put in some sort of parameters. And I did a video earlier on showing you how to scalp using a fib. But a fib is really just highlighting areas of attraction. And as we've just identified, and we're about to identify a bit deeper, it works. Okay. Right. So straight away, what have we got? There is that level. Look how well that's held. Bang, 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 bang on the hourly. Well, that's, I would say that's pretty darn good. Would you not? So what else can we do? Well, we can drop this down into a 15-minute. Now this is called fib inside a fib. We can see the drive down. Want to see the last drive, which is this one here. Okay, why this one? Defined top, defined bottom, price held between the 2 points. Draw fib across, down, just like so. Well, what do we know? That fib lines up perfectly with the one from the higher time frame, showing us this is pushing up. So what do? Well, we buy it. It's that simple. So we're going to put an order in just above the candle, just like so. So what we're using these for, I'm going to use all of these as entry points. So the entry point is that 23. And we'll change the colors slightly. We'll make them green or something like that, just so that they look different. Green. So take it up to the 76 there, and then from the 76, once you're in, you want a half decent target. Where can you target? Well, there's a little block there. Okay, so you've got a target block up here. So make them blue because they're like sort of exits, just like so. Right, get rid of the fib. Don't really need that anymore. What is all of this? What does it actually represent? Well, if I drop this down into 5 minutes, and we can see what's going on. Entry, 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 exit, exit. This is the worry point, because that's a solid block. All right. Well, I've now got various different points that I can get in. We're going to use this one. Why? Well, because it's just above the current price. I want to see the price slam into it. Then I can come back over on itself for stops. Well, where is stops? Well, there's swing one. There's another barrier, so I can average down into this if I so wish. But we're going to push this up and look for a half decent target. Well, what do we want? Say 10 pips, just for argument's sake. So from there, how far is 10 pips? Well, there it is. So I can get in there, I can get out at 10 pips, let it come back, get back in, get back out again if I so want. There's lots of different things we can do. All of this. All right. Now inside here, you can see another one here. All right. This is a 5 minute. Obviously, strong drive. I can use that to target as well. How can I do that? Put a fib on from there down to here and only use this for targeting. Well, 50, 61, 76. Simple stuff. Move that back. So let me just recap that while this is working on. What we've done, we need a trading arena first to work in. Red down to black. Okay, that's the trading arena. These solid lines can hold the price. All right, and if they can hold the price, that means it can come up, bounce off it, and then come back down again. So I want decent pockets of air to move up. We then drew a fib on this strong drive. And why that one? Because we've got a definitive high, a definitive low, and the current price is held between the 2 points. All right, hasn't broken out of that yet, so it gives us the range. Fine. So that gives us all these blue lines that we initially saw. From there, we start to think, what's happening? Well, if it isn't pushing to break out of the bottom, which it doesn't appear to be at this point, how do we know? Because from here to here, it hasn't bust through that level. It's tried, boom, 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 but it's failed each time. Well, if that's the case, it's run out of sellers, okay? And this is just logical. It's run out of sellers. So therefore, the buyers will take control. But if we step this back, you can actually see the bigger picture is up. Go to daily. You can see the bigger picture is up. And no set of candles or price structure can go in a single direction. There has to be profit taking. Well, there has been. But talking of profit taking, there's credit card taker. The best shopper on the planet. Well, she's not actually. She's a terrible bloody shopper because it cost me a fortune. Anyway, what we're saying is that is steadily up, but there are retracements within it. Well, if this is moving up, we've just had 2 full days of profit taking, and it's come to the bottom of this section. That is highlighted here, and it's come down. Well, when do you buy something? Well, you buy it when it's most red. And why is that? Because that's when they run out of steam. All right, so it's red, but you want it to show its hand. So what we're looking for are the telltale signs, tails that are underneath a failure of a level. Take this down to 1 hour. Well, there it is again, a little bit more detail. There's the drop, and we can see clearly that it's stumbling here. So that gives us an opportunity, put my teeth back in, an opportunity to push back up. Take it to 15 minutes, right? What we're doing now, we're looking for the last completed leg that can give us some entry points. Well, definitive high, definitive low, fib on there, that give us those structures, and each one can be an entry or it can be a point of attraction. And a point of attraction is where you put your order to get out. In other words, take your profit. And that's it, guys. You know, that's simple chart reading. And then you can take it down to a 5-minute to monitor. It's clipped in. All right, it's clipped in. So what? Is it end of world stuff? Not really. I mean, that's a 15 pip target. If I take it down to, let's see, where we are, because it's kind of late at night. We'll do about 50 quid. There's 50 quid. All right. So we've only got to get from there to there. We can stage it backwards, get some extra pricing if we so wish, sort of build a position up and get them all out at the same place and make some money. Simple. So let me play this out and I'll come back to you at the end. Okay guys, that's me done. It's done exactly what I wanted it to do. Slammed up into 10 pips. As you can see, these levels are holding bang on, and it's paid me pretty darn well. 822. So I'm good with that. Extra 50 quid. So that was for Steph, just for you, my kid. And I just wanted to show you that if you break it down easily, you can find the money. That's simple. So if you're stuck, do drop a comment below. I answer every single one of them. And I'm very easy found otherwise. My WhatsApp, etc. down in the description, plus plenty of other links. And that's it. Just a quick one. It's turning on 10 to 12. So I'm all done. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed. But above all, do what you love. And the money will follow. See you all in the next one.